You're distracting me.
I can go turn it on.
You're distracting me. It's too late now. We've already started. What's going on, everybody?
It's never too late. We got a whole hour. Should I turn on the light, guys, or just leave it as is?
So, yeah. That's all right. How we doing? It's Monday. And...
Sad.
Why is it sad?
Because that's when our work week starts tomorrow.
I know, our work week starts tomorrow. So it's like our Sunday. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. What's going on, everybody? How is everyone hanging out tonight?
Rob was first.
Rob, Robert, how we
Do it, possibly.
we're back, maybe. So, being out in the RV, we have a little internet issue, but
The camera seems to focus in and out too. Like we look really good there. You see how it blurred it? I should come back.
oh well. It is what it is.
There we go.
All right. So, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great week so far. And we are just busy. And actually, so today was a little bit of a busy day for me because this is the day that I usually try to create videos for the channel.
You know what I did?
You read and slept all day.
I did not sleep. I read and lay down and read. Like I was reading all day.
What's up, nice. Larry?
Because I did get hi, Larry.
Our Canadian friends are in the box.
I'm almost done with my book, so it's been
almost nice. Only counts in horseshoes.
Well, I think I'm on possibly the last chapter.
So what can I have? I got a little bit of a dessert here from Cold Stone Creamery. Oh, there's
Rob. Call. I don't have to look at it to know it's Rob. Oh, look at that.
Hi.
Hold on.
Hi, who's this?
Maybe.
He's listening on the video.
Hello, this is Homeland Security.
Hello, Homeland Security. What's up, Rob?
How are you?
Not much. So, when do we cruise?
We cruise in December.
Well, our next cruise is in April.
Yes. But if he's going with us, it'd be December. Just saying. Rob.
And Larry.
Yeah, and Larry.
Wow.
That's while our internet reconnects. Oh, there it is.
How about May?
Huh?
How about in May?
How about in May?
Yeah.
What's in May?
What's in May?
You know, May of 24.
Oh, 24. Larry's.
No, that would be June.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his is in June.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? June?
No, I'm talking about in May.
Okay, well then what's in
May of 24. May of 24.
Out of where?
On the celebration.
Are you talking about Larry's?
Of course.
I thought it was
in June.
Nope, it's May.
All right. Well, May. Maybe. It's not out of the possibilities of...
I don't know. See, last week I think I told Larry to get with me on some details, but I don't think he actually did. So
that's because Larry doesn't like us. No.
Well, reach on out to him again.
Larry. Just saying.
Oh, He's in the box.
He is.
Yes, he is. So, what are you up to there, Rob? Anything good? Anything new? Anything bad?
Just trying to get some sleep before I have to head back into work. But obviously, that's not going too well.
Yeah, clearly not.
Maybe in about an hour you'll fall asleep.
Oh, but in about an hour, so I gotta go head back to work.
Well, then I guess you're not falling asleep. We're so much better than work. I'm just saying. He said May 5th through the 12th on Carnival Celebration out of Miami, Amber Cove, San Juan, St. Thomas, and back to Miami.
Yeah.
We'll have to actually PM Larry.
Yep.
Here's my intense stare. Larry.
Is that an intense stare?
It is. Like, hello, where's my text? Like,
well, I can't text you.
No, but Larry can. Well, you can message me. You call me on Messenger all the time.
Of course.
This dog is laying next to me. She puts so much heat.
I know, it's like 110 degrees out.
I know.
That's why you need to come up here.
No, that is way too cold.
And forget about the heater.
Yeah, you don't
Way
need no
too
heater.
cold.
You don't need no jacket. Larry goes out in his shorts.
No.
Oh, I'm going on shorts next week.
Next week? Why? What's the temperature going to be there? Like 50?
It'll be about maybe in the 70s and 90s.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Well, if it's Celsius, you're going to be burning up.
Okay. 70's still cold. 90's good. Like 78 is like about where I want it to be.
78 is hot.
No, 78 to 82. That's like perfect.
Like 70 to 72 is like the perfect degrees. Maybe even 68.
No. It'd be freezing.
I see.
Like we just had our cold spurt. Like it's still getting a little chilly.
We had a thunderstorm last night.
Yes.
It was great.
Hey, you just make sure it's up in the 90s by the weekend.
Let's see.
That's all you gotta do.
This weekend, it will be on Friday from 69 during the day to 50 at night. That's cold. Saturday will be perfect. Saturday and Sunday are perfect. 78 during the day, cold at night. 60.
Oh, 60 at night.
And whereabouts in Florida are you?
We're southwest, so bottom west.
South of Tampa, about 2
north
hours.
of Naples.
Fort Myers is the biggest city near
4
us.
miles. Okay, so you're about 45 minutes west of Orlando.
No,
It's more like an hour and a half.
No, we are, depending on what part of Orlando, we are at least 3 hours away from Orlando.
No.
Yes.
Orlando?
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit further than what I thought.
I see.
Is that where you're going to be? Is Orlando
I'll be in Orlando.
Doing what?
this weekend?
Oh, but you have to go on to Shipmates to find out what.
Oh, so he's going on a cruise.
Oh,
Out of
then he's
Port Canaveral.
Going out of Port Canaveral, then.
Well, who said it's out of Port Canaveral?
Well, because that's Orlando's quote unquote port.
Well, maybe I'm going into Orlando and going out of Miami.
Then why wouldn't you go into Miami?
It's cheaper to fly into Orlando.
Okay. I'm sitting here. I don't know why I'm on my freaking computer looking for Shipmate.
I don't know. Larry says he flew over Fort Myers in October.
What'd you say, Rob?
But I'm not saying I am going out of Miami.
I don't know if I have you on Shipmate. Hold on.
Yes, Rob is cruising without me, Larry says. So, Larry told on you there, Rob.
Oh, he did it to me not once but twice.
Well, you backed out of the second one. First one I can't help.
Wow.
All right. What is your shipmate's username?
Klotz.
Hmm?
Klotz.
Spell it.
Take the first letters of my channel name.
Okay.
COTHS. Cruising on the high seas.
It's making me log in again.
Well, then you should log in.
I was just logged in.
Clearly, you were not. You're a spammer.
Apparently.
Larry, when is your next cruise there, buddy? Tell me it's not May 5th of 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, we're going to have to talk.
I'm so lost.
We know.
Okay.
But just for the facts, the second one I fill out. It wasn't.
Maybe December 2023. Okay. Better be out of Miami
Okay. Hold on.
around the 10th.
24. But that's January 28th. But that's 20. My Caribbean cruise.
Right. Internet.
I gotta close this because of the glare.
You know, big glare going on with the window.
Let me take the Wi-Fi off.
I'll have to add you afterwards there, Rob. Larry says he has a free cruise with Princess to use.
Yes, and he's saving it for the perfect cruise to take me on.
To take you on? Okay, so Port Canaveral.
But I think he's going to use it for him and Nando. And when I say think, I know he's going to.
So what day do you come into Orlando?
The day of.
Ooh. You should never do that, sir.
But why not? It's down for the cruise line.
Because what if your plane's late?
Then it's on the cruise line.
Port Canaveral to At Sea to Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic to Charlotte Amalie, St. Thomas, Tortella in British Virgin.
No. It's not Tortellini.
No, it's not. British Virgin Islands, and then at sea, Great Stirrup Cay, Cruise Line Private Island, Bahamas. Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Jeez.
Port Canaveral. So what day do you go back home?
Day of.
The exact same day we land.
Port.
You come into port? I don't want the ship to be on land.
Ship,
that would suck.
If the ship comes on land, we got issues. Let's see. I would rub about that all the time. He's a risk taker.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
About you coming in on the same day of your ship, but okay. Jeez, okay, hold on. And then in October, he goes on Mariner of the Seas, 8-night Bermuda and Perfect Day. Then the 29th. So you're doing like a back to back. I believe that's back to back.
Not quite back to back.
Let's see. October.
So apparently in Paris, they have a Hooters.
13
I did not know
to
about
21. And then 29. Oh, so you're going to be here for about a week. And then you're going on another one. Okay. So October 13th, he had, then October 29th, he has one. And then next year, January, he has another one. Then May 5th. Then October. You know what I'm not seeing on here? It's December 2023 one.
The December 10th one?
Yeah. That's the one you need to be on.
Well, I'm in the budget, unfortunately.
Well, just cancel one of your other cruises. That works.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the time's not there either.
Cancel one of your cruises, you'll be good. I don't.
So,
For anybody that wants to add us and more on Shipmate, put us up there.
Oh, okay.
So which one do you recommend for me to cancel? The one in May?
Okay. Well, let me look at this one. Go back to here. Go back to cruises.
I mean,
No, you can't cruise. You can't cancel one in May.
Cancel the one. If I cancel one in May, you got to put up with Larry.
No, but you see, you don't need to go on the second one like in October. So just kind of cancel that one and come back for December.
Rob owes us.
He does.
He owes us. He canceled out on us.
Agreed. So you've only been on 3 Norwegians. So you haven't been on Carnival yet.
Nope.
Mariner will be your first.
So you've been on 3 Norwegian and no other ships?
No other ships?
Yeah, 3 Norwegians, that's it. Perfect. Coco.
So how do you like Norwegian? I'd like to try them one day.
Well, more reason to come on Norwegian with me.
This weekend. And then again in January of next year, he's going Norwegian. And then March of 2025, he's going. See, all of these, you can just kind of like, I'm telling you, the second one in October, October 29th, you don't need to go on that one. You could just go on the one in December.
Yeah, but then you got to expand that one to Mark.
Well, then cancel the first October one.
Well, then you got to expand that one to...
Rob is still Carnival Virginia.
Okay, well, pick one of those people because I'll explain to whoever.
I think he meant Virgin, but he's a blue card on Carnival. I can't wait. I'm about to be a gold card on Carnival.
Oh, I know. So we have our April one, which I don't have here on my Shipmate. We have our April.
You don't have December either.
Don't have December on there yet. And June.
I do on the Us and More.
June.
See, there you go. Larry's going to volunteer for December.
Can I volunteer for the December cruise?
You can come on the December cruise.
Absolutely.
100%. That would be awesome.
We'd love to have a fellow cruiser that went on the first cruise join us again.
Larry says he also has a ship. Let's see yours.
It's probably Plump Travelers.
Probably.
If I had my phone in my hand, not as the internet, I'd help you out.
Lost it. See? Sorry, we couldn't find Plump Travelers. Maybe.
It's probably something.
Maybe I misspelled Travelers. I don't know. We'll see.
You misspelled Travelers?
I didn't. I mean, I don't have Larry's. I tried looking it up. I'm sure Rob does. He just doesn't want to tell me.
I know. I have Larry's.
What's his?
I think it's Plump Traveler.
No S. No. Okay, I'm not gonna keep guessing.
Let's see. Travel should be.
So is work busy tonight? While you're looking that up?
Sure.
Sure.
Pump travelers.
I put that in.
That's what it is.
No space. That's your problem.
Oh. I didn't know that. Okay. So Larry's been on 4 cruises. He's been on Carnival Magic, Carnival
No.
Freedom.
Larry's only been on 2.
4.
No.
Says 4.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. 20 Horizon Panorama. It's only been on 2.
2.
I don't know what those ones are.
Two are canceled.
Oh.
Oh, 21. Yeah, that's canceled. January 22. I don't know. Yeah, I think he canceled that one.
Okay. Well, he has 3 set up. So he has May 5th, Carnival Celebration. He has October 24th, 24, Carnival Celebration. 27th, 24, Carnival Celebration again.
He's going to be an expert on that
Mhm.
celebration.
And then March 1st, 2025 on the region Epic. Wait, aren't you doing one on March? Hold up.
So first 2 were canceled. Just didn't delete them.
They're on the same one.
Hmm.
Norwegian Epic, March 1st, 2025. So that's the one we need to be on then, not any other one.
See, you gotta come where all the cool people are.
I am the cool people.
But the cool Canadians.
The cool Canadians. See, he had to be more specific.
Okay. So yeah, then you need to come on ours, which is in December, which is really, really cool. And I know we keep talking about it, so we should totally just play the thing. I'm just saying. Let me just delete them. 2 were canceled. Rob and I are on 3 cruises together.
So we'll let Rob and Larry see what this cruise is all about, eh?
Hey.
All right.
Cool. Okay, so the 3 that Larry...
Hold on. December is cheaper to sail than May or June.
It wasn't because he's going in May and June. He can't do
Right.
December. Amanda.
Those of you that missed that
Friday.
one, Rob was saying that he
He has too many cruises booked. He
Well,
can't
out of the budget.
Can't do our December one.
Gotcha.
She gets it February 17th, 2023. Awesome. So Ananda will be having her passport, and then she can come.
Yeah, not quite.
Why not?
She still has one. According to my understanding, she still has one small issue.
She doesn't like being on a ship over water.
No,
What?
you guys need to change your mandates.
Why?
What mandates? We don't have mandates.
Your vaccine mandates.
No,
Supposedly that needs
No, we don't have any more.
We don't have any vaccine mandates.
We don't have any mandates anymore.
Are they all gone?
Yeah, they're gone. Don't steal my drink.
Huh. I thought they were still around.
They've been gone since
You don't even have to test anymore.
I think November.
Uh-huh.
They went away.
There you go, Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
She's good to go.
To enter America. No, you don't.
No, you don't. You don't have to do that
No,
anymore.
you don't. Unless it's a Canadian thing. That's not us.
That's not us. And you don't even have to test anymore to come in or out.
Oh, I know you still have to show proof of vaccination.
I don't think so.
Not to get into the U.S.
Going in America.
That's not true. Because if it was, then we would have to show vaccination when we came back from Paris.
Yeah.
So I know that's not true.
Well, when did it go out in November?
Yeah.
Like end of November?
No, beginning. Because when we got on Serenade, we didn't have to show anything.
Yeah, we didn't have to show anything. We didn't have to even have our masks, nothing.
Well, the masks weren't even on the October one either.
No, I'm saying coming back from Paris.
Oh, well, that's different. I was talking about Serenade.
Strange.
This isn't Australia, guys. I tried to answer the phone, but you hung up before I can get to it.
Get your phone away. Missed call. It didn't even ring. Just call him back. So we're gonna have two people on our show. We could have just brought them up.
I know, it would have been easier.
Why'd you do that?
Hold on.
That's probably easier.
Yeah, let's.
Oh. Hey, yeah, I hear you. You want to come? Ooh, you want to?
Wait a second, I've got on my TV.
Put the link in.
There we go.
Hold on.
Hello?
Hold on one
Can I
second.
talk now?
Yeah, you can talk. Go ahead.
So the way it is right now, for non-American citizens to enter America, you still need to be vaccinated, and they ask for proof when you are crossing. Not all border agents ask for proof, but it is still required. Americans entering Canada, you do not need to show proof or be vaccinated at all. But for us Canadians to go to America, you still need to be vaccinated and have proof.
All right, he put the link, Rob. Do you want to click on that?
Hold on, Larry.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here, Larry.
Okay.
Hold on.
He just hung up. Rob's gonna be coming in, I guess. Hold on a second, Rob.
Been better if you give us a link to come on.
He did.
The link is there, Larry.
Didn't see that. Okay, I'm on my phone. I'm right there.
All
All
right.
right, bye.
All right. That'd be easier.
What's up, eh?
All right. You there?
Hi.
Hi, eh?
Hi, eh?
All right. Hang on a second.
Do you want me to look it up? You can bring Larry in.
I don't think that's true. I want to see that.
One American Train USA.
Hey, Larry. Papa Mozo, wanna be?
3:30 in the morning.
Yes, Rob works from 3:30 till 1, right, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ananda. Hi. I can't hear you guys really.
No, because I'm on the phone. I don't want to put that. I don't want to put that volume on because it'll echo for these guys. So, did you hear what I was saying, Dwight?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the unfortunate.
I heard
and
what
it's,
you're saying.
And it's basically a political thing. And truthfully, I was already talking to my travel agency that I work for. You remember, I'm still a travel agent as well, right?
Here, you don't even have a shirt on.
That's why Dwight called me the Papamozo.
Yeah.
It's
Come
me.
on. Hold on.
Whoa. Are we using the Papa Molo?
Don't play with your computer. That's what I said. Just hold on.
Has nothing to do with my computer.
If you are a non-U.S. citizen who is a non-immigrant, not a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, lawful permanent resident, or traveling to the United States on an immigrant visa, you will need to show proof of being fully vaccinated against COVID-19 before you travel by air to the United States from a foreign country. So jump on
Just
a
drive
plane,
over.
or jump on a bus, jump on a train, walk.
Listen, Heather, listen. I've already looked into all of that kind of thing. The problem is the wording is the issue. I've already done all this research. Plus,
Yeah.
I've talked to my travel agency and everything. It's because a lot of these things that you're getting is the wording because it's based on, say it's coming out of the U.S. Embassy. Well, it's for us Canadians to enter the U.S.
Yeah.
It's from our embassy, and that embassy is saying we must be vaccinated still, based off what the CDC says. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. The CDC the embassy, the U.S. embassy is stating that we must be vaccinated, air or sea, because before it used to be air or sea. You could cross over
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
across
take
the
mine
land
off.
borders without being asked. But now it's back in place. And when you look it up on the internet to get the official thing on both embassy sites, it's always changing. So I just reached out to my agency because we have a group, a Facebook page that we talk to, and everyone's saying, "Oh, when I just went down the other day, yeah, they asked for it and blah blah blah." Some don't ask for it. But they can refuse you to cross the border. That's land border. Now flying, zero. You can't. You have to be vaccinated to fly. And the reason why I'm saying that is my daughter is moving from Albuquerque to Oregon at the end of March or at the end of February, and I wanted to go down and bring Ananda down, and now we can't.
Well,
but I can still come visit you guys. I can still volunteer to go on that December cruise.
I totally think you should.
Heather, I don't think you understand what I was meaning by volunteering.
Yes.
He volunteers. You pick up the bill.
I know.
Well,
I got that.
Rob, you're kind of right, but I think you forgot about our conversation a long time ago. You're going to have to go back and look at your repeats of your videos because we talked on air before about it.
Okay.
But I think everybody should know that I did get my passport.
I already told them, love.
Okay.
I already told them you're supposed to get it February 17th.
Good job.
That's awesome.
She finally got out and got her passport.
So
all we got to do is get this idiot of a president out of office, then we'll be all right. We'll get you.
Tell him to stop walking around in circles.
I normally don't want to talk about politics, but on the story of Biden, I'm not. I'm sorry. Every time I think of his name, I see the guy, I just cannot stop laughing.
Get Michelle in there.
Who?
Michelle.
No.
Who's Michelle?
No.
No?
Ours is not any better.
Who are you saying? Michelle
Michelle
Obama?
Obama.
Yeah.
No.
Oh gosh.
We'd all be eating healthy. We'd have a bunch of skinny Americans though.
I know. You'd be like Canadians.
Tell you what,
No,
we'll trade you for Trudeau, dude.
Okay, I will say, Michelle has been one of the most involved.
Have
First
you
ladies.
seen Jill? Jill's
No.
running the country.
No, let's not. I'm saying like she was very big on the kids in school, and yes, healthy eating. I do get it, but
I'm curious, Dwight. You guys are in Florida. What is your thoughts on DeSantis?
I love DeSantis. He's done. The hurricane alone, that goes to show you what he has done. Because he was very quick. He means business.
Within a day of the hurricane passing, he was here in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, like he was frontline, like he was helping, he was doing everything he possibly can. And even the news mentioned, him and Joe don't get along, but he put all of that aside to get help for us, and that takes a big person to do. But I mean, he's just been pushing and pushing and pushing. Where we are, we have our own, I guess, LCEC is Lee County's like electric company. Even though we have a Florida power company, we don't have. I mean, LCEC gets their power from Florida power, but we have to go through LCEC. And
so stupid.
LCEC. Okay, so when the hurricane hit, we had so many powermen.
0% being worked on in Cape Coral.
Yeah, for LCEC.
Oh wow.
0, literally.
Nobody had power.
But we had so many power people, like power men,
all different states,
all over all these states. I mean, they like flooded our parking lots and everything else just to help. But LCEC did not want to get help from them. But they weren't doing anything. DeSantis actually called them out and said, you need to accept this help, whether you want it or not. You need to do it now. Once they started doing that, they were like getting power back to all these people. We were without power for what?
Here's my thing, Heather. Okay, how many years has these hurricanes been going on in Florida?
Oh, a lot.
Why is it like this is a new problem? Why isn't it like an automatic thing? Here we go.
Hold on, because DeSantis, I believe he said something. I wish I remember exactly what it was. He had made a comment about upgrading things, and now they're actually going around and upgrading our power lines to be underground.
See, I don't understand
versus above ground.
Why the hell you have a state that is so vulnerable to power outages through any type of storm, whether it be a thunderstorm or a hurricane, and you put the freaking power lines above ground.
All of them are snapped.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
So now they are working on putting the power lines in the ground.
Yeah, but that's going to be years and years before that.
Yeah.
Even.
Well, no, they're starting it already, but it's going to be years before we see it. But
it takes years to fix other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Correct. So, but they did. They got everybody's power up. And then they went around fixing the poles because they kind of did like the temporary, let's just get the power going.
Get the Band-Aid on there and not worrying about the wound. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's still power poles here in Cape Coral that are
like
oh wow.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them.
They just haven't got to them. There's still stuff being repaired.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got power, but
see, like we got power back, and then they had to come out and actually replace some of our poles. So we got power back, and then we lost power, and then we got power back again. So, it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do about it, right? But
have you ever seen Tiger King?
Yeah.
What's that?
Tiger King
Tiger
on Netflix?
On Netflix. I think it's Netflix,
right?
Oh
no, never get into that. Never.
What was that guy's name on Tiger King?
Oh, that's gonna.
I don't know.
Hold on.
He said he was going to run for president.
A redneck.
Oh yeah, he was. Joe, I think his name was Joe.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Dwight. The Skyway Bridge. I saw something about damage to the Skyway Bridge. Is that an old story or is that a recent story?
There's no damage to it, so it's got to be old.
So it must have been like it was on TikTok, and they were talking about the Skyway Bridge and the damage from the hurricane and stuff. And
okay, it wasn't this. Was it this? I don't think it was the Skyway. I know we had bridges here.
I know the Skyway Bridge in Tampa.
Yeah, we had bridges here.
There was bridges here that were damaged
that we had to get fixed.
Like Sanibel Island. Nobody can get on or off Sanibel. Nobody can get on or off Sanibel Island, which is here in Lee County. And also Pine Island, nobody can get on or off Pine Island because the road washed out. So, but within a week, they had Pine Island up and running.
And a couple of days later.
And about 2 weeks after that, they had Sanibel up and running.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, is it the Army Corps of Engineers or something? Is that who deals with that? Yeah.
Yeah. But DeSantis put it all together.
He put it all together. He put it to where, they can cut corners just to get these temporary bridges
permits, things like that. They just did it to where it was safe but accessible.
And obviously, they're going to do a more permanent fix, but at least people can get on and off the island. People were stuck on the island with no power, no food.
And they had to have the military go out there and pull people off because, I mean, we had so much military here that it was like
I've never seen. I mean, we were hit with Irma.
Yeah.
Definitely Ann was a lot worse for us.
Yeah.
But the military presence wasn't as strong as it was. Maybe more south, maybe toward like Key West and Naples, maybe. But definitely did not have that force up here in Lee County.
Yeah, but like for Ian, that's what we had was a lot of it.
Yeah.
But for Irma, even down in Naples, people I had asked during Ian, they're like, really? Because like we didn't really see that, and so I know.
I was talking about Irma.
Oh, for Irma, that's what I'm saying. For Irma, they didn't have a whole lot down there, but for Ian, we did up here, and
but nothing from Ian happened to the Skyway Bridge. We drove across it. Not too long ago.
Yeah, this was a TikTok, and they were saying something about damage to the Skyway Bridge because it showed the Skyway Bridge. I seen the Skyway Bridge and stuff. So it must have been an older.
Yeah,
and that's what happens on TikTok.
Yeah, they are working on it. Like I don't know, maybe there's some construction that they're doing, but that's all they're doing. They're working on it.
But bridges around here always get fixed up, redone. There's always something going on bridges because they break down over time.
Another bridge that here in Lee County that had an issue was the bridge that goes from North Fort Myers into Fort Myers.
Our main
it's
bridge.
It's one of the main corridor bridges. And
I think I seen it on Google Maps. I was looking and yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Which one?
Yep, they had to shut that one down because it had like cracks in the concrete or something like that. I don't remember.
It was in the pillars that
one of the pillars or something.
That it was broken underneath the water. So what they did was they had to shut it down obviously and start repairing it underwater.
They had it fixed in the day within 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. But
is life pretty much back to normal there?
I wouldn't say that. I still got tarps on my roof and I still have no fence. And
so we
like, I mean, like everything's all like the city. I'm talking about the city. I'm not talking about like Heather and Dwight.
Okay, so our city has cleaned up some, but there's still so
people.
Much damage. There's so much people
there's
got
still,
homes.
There's still people that are clearing out their houses from their debris. You know, the snowbirds have just arrived.
We just got our bulk of our trash picked up like last week.
So snowbirds are coming in, you know, that haven't been here and now they're getting here and their houses are all moldy and all this, and now they have to redo the whole interior of their house.
We have there is this what would you call it next to Perkins? Like a strip mall, but
Strip
not.
mall.
Yeah, it's like a strip mall, but it's abandoned.
It's a plaza.
The plaza. That's what I was looking for. But it's like abandoned. Nobody is in there, but it has a huge parking lot. There are so many
Like
campers,
RVs,
and things like that people are staying in, and they put mobile bathrooms and stuff and mobile laundry and stuff like that there for those people because they have nowhere else to go.
Are you talking about the FEMA trailers that they give?
It's not. Well, it's through some other company, but yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's got like 2 bathrooms and 1 trailer. It's got like a couple showers, and then there's another one that has like a laundry service or whatever. Now we seen all of those when it was fresh and everything. We seen them all over the place. Lowe's had them, Home Depot had them. Like they were just random everywhere.
Quick shout out to places like Lowe's. They brought in trailers of showers and bathroom facilities for people that are around the area that didn't have any power, and they're providing this to cut their customers for free.
Yeah,
or anybody
for
free. Right?
Yeah.
So that was like nice of the bigger companies like Lowe's that can do stuff like that.
Yeah. But as far as like I said, we've kind of cleaned up. Like I will say DeSantis really did put into play, like, don't worry about the funding. Don't worry about the cost of what's going to, to pick up, talking to the trash services. So he said, well, I'll cover it. We'll figure it out. And he did. He got the funding for it and everything else. So they were really full force. There are still a lot of areas that still need to be cleaned up, but it is a lot better than what it was. You're talking like homes on the sides of the road.
About 2 weeks ago, right around the beginning of the year, they just opened up Santa Fe to the public, because before you had to Sanibel and check it out.
You buffered.
Oh, yeah, so now anybody can go on. Whereas before it was just workers and people who lived there and you had to show proof. So, when you ask that, it's like just now insurance is just starting to cover things. So like
you're starting to see roofs getting replaced.
But it's just now starting to happen. Yeah. It wasn't like everybody was getting their roofs done and we were all just sitting here like twiddling our thumbs. It's where we've had to wait for insurance, but they aren't like fences. I know that the permits to be able to get the fences repaired, like they're waiving all the permits, so we don't have to get a permit because it was damaged. But getting somebody out here to do these things, that's the other story. My vehicle, we had damage done to all vehicles, but my Jeep was the one that we're actually covering because everything else was either very minor or it was on a beater car. So it wasn't like, it's like the Kia is just our car to beat around on. So like, if it got a little bit damaged, it wasn't like horrible. But like my Jeep was horrible. So, but I can't get my Jeep in. Like the earliest I can get it in somewhere is like 12 months out, but most places are 12 to 18 months out. So like I can't even get my Jeep fixed this year. So I mean, because there's so much damage done to everybody else's vehicles. That's how far out there are. Like it's a lot. Like I've called the insurance company today. I'm like, yes. So I need to figure out now. I can take it to 2 different locations, one that specifically that does upgrades to Jeeps, or, they're willing to, work with the insurance on certain parts, but they're parts. And then I can get in with a paint specialist, but it would have to be for just the painting stuff.
But doesn't your Jeep have like a special paint job that you have? I thought it was like a special paint job you had done to that Jeep.
I do, but I'm talking more so like my hood. I do have scratches like on the top parts on the back sides. So like that kind of stuff can get touched up, but like the hood's the worst. The whole front end of it, there's lots of damage to it. I got like dents and dings and scratches from like all the stuff that like got flown into it. So like there's a lot, but I could take it to different places and get them worked on sooner. But because insurance works with usually one company that does everything, I have to see how that works. Like, can I cash out and pay expenses, or like how would that have to work? So just getting my vehicle done is a thing in itself. So like we haven't even, other than the tarps on my roof, we haven't even been able to. We're still waiting on insurance on that. We haven't even been able to talk to them about, potentially, obviously we have to get a new roof. We have to fix the fence. The dogs can't run around because there's no fence. Like we let them run, but like,
luckily they don't go anywhere.
Yeah. So it's one of those like, yeah, but we have to be very cautious and we have to watch them and that kind of stuff. It's not like we can just throw them outside to play for a couple hours and be cool. So it's
still a mess. Not as bad as it was, but it's still a mess. It's gonna take several months still to clean everything up.
Mm-hmm.
So, do they have enough workers to do all the repairs for people that's needed?
I'm gonna say no because
we've seen a lot of pop-up companies come in.
I think with the
obviously,
issue, yeah, you're gonna get the pop-up companies, but
of course you are.
The issues that I think is happening is, these roofing companies are getting all this work, but they're not going to hire a whole bunch of people because then they'd have to let all these people go within, a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but it's like we do have, I know there are companies from other states that are here that have like exemptions to be able to help work on areas here. Like when it was fresh, like doctors were able to be here and practicing in our state aren't supposed to be here. Things like that. We still have some cops from other counties here.
Oh wow.
Not as many as what it was. I mean, we had them from all over the place, like different states and everything that were here. So like, but I still do see a few, but they're more towards like, like North Fort Myers, where there's still a lot more to, where crime is a little more. So like they're more looting and things like that. So I do still see a couple there. Not to say they're not over here in Cape, because we've seen a couple, but for the most part they're there. So like there are companies and people that are still here from other areas. I know for like my truck, for my insurance, the lady that I worked with from Michigan, and I was just speaking here the other day. She goes, I left, but so I'm going to get you in touch with your Florida division. So like, it's like that, but yeah, there's from all over the place. So I know people are still here from other places, but I don't think there's a whole lot. But I think it's just like we still have some electric companies that are still here from other places.
Do they have like temporary agencies and like temporary worker agencies?
Yeah.
They do? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like that's why you were saying, Dwight, that they were worried about laying off workers. Well, that's where you bring in the temporary workers.
Right.
Right.
But depending on what it's for, because like it's a little different. You can't just train somebody electrical work.
No. That's those are tradesmen. I'm talking about temporary laborers that can take care of a lot of the stuff. Like I worked for temporary work for many years, and I'm not an electrician I'm not a tradesman, but I was qualified to, if I needed to use a hammer or a skill saw or something, I could do it, And when they hire you, obviously they're going to ask, what can you do in this and that? And hey, can you build this? And we get you to build that. But when it comes to official work, engineering kind of thing, yeah, you can't do that, or electricity or whatever. But in the case of a roof, which I've done many times as a laborer, yeah, it's just stripping. Now, I wasn't qualified to put the roof down. Mm-hmm. That's when you have the other workers, the owners of the companies come in and they can do their. And I'm seeing a lot of guys down south, much different than the Canadian worker ethic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good workers down that way, but there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
But yes. So like I know that some are probably being utilized. But
But you guys are going through an insurance company, so you have to go through a legit company. Because like here, we had our roof done. We just had our roof done, and it had to be an official company and blah blah blah. But that was a gong show in itself. And actually, we're still not happy with what was done. But it is what it is. We got a roof on now.
Yeah, it's not leaking. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But
and it holds all that snow.
Yes. Well, that couple inches of snow. Dwight, believe it or not, we really don't get snow where I live. We really don't.
No?
No. We do. Like this winter is more snow than usual, but again, maybe a couple days worth of snow and then it's gone. Like,
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So a lot like
mean,
what it was with Virginia, you get a couple inches here and there. And
oh my God. No. We don't. Now where I went for my mother-in-law's, there was tons of snow there.
No.
Heather, you would have freaked. When we left December 28th to come back, we drove for 14 hours, and we left for like 3 hours. It was just blowing snow across the mountain highways, and it was like minus 20. Yeah, you wouldn't have liked it at all.
Paul, hi Paul. And
I
John Nancy right here. Why is everybody in bed? Hold on.
Well, it's 6 o'clock here, and I usually between 3 and 6 p.m. my time we have a nap. So you guys come on at 5, and so I wake up early from my nap so I can come see you guys go live. How's that, Heather?
Thanks. I feel loved.
Yeah, appreciate
it. And to announce that you might be volunteering to go on the cruise.
Do what? I didn't catch that. Our internet.
He's saying that I volunteered for your cruise.
Yeah. Yep. So, Paul, you need to jump on our cruise. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Paul and John, Nancy. Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're all going to be experts on this.
I'm allowed
celebration.
To.
What's that?
What?
I say we're all going to be experts on Carnival Celebration.
I know,
right?
That's going to be like the number one ship this year.
Actually, Rob and Heather and Dwight, here's the thing. Heather and Dwight, have you been on Carnival Magic? I know Rob hasn't.
No.
What are your thoughts on Carnival Magic?
Sure.
Would you rather go on Carnival Celebration or Carnival Magic?
Probably Magic, just because I haven't been on Magic, and I'm going on Carnival Celebration, and a lot of people are on Celebration, so Magic would be something fresh, I guess.
Okay, so here's the thing, Rob. I was looking at it today. I found a June 9th through the 16th on Carnival Magic. Rob?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like half in, half out.
For the same price.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's only because it came up under what VIFP offers and stuff. So I found it, and yeah, it was $1,600 total for interior. You guys do balconies. You guys are too good for interiors. Heather and Dwight.
Hold on. Put my nose up in the air too.
Why are you thinking of flipping over to Magic?
No, I was just bringing it by you, Rob. There's nothing written in stone. Oh, and by the way, Heather and Dwight, for the cruise I got going on, we got $100 onboard credit plus 3 other special amenities.
Oh, okay. So I do need you to like PM me because
yes, I will send you everything officially.
Okay,
how we do that.
Comments until I watch the live again, and
You watch the
live
again?
So it happened. what happened, Heather? Normally, it comes with a $100 onboard credit. That's what it is, and then you get a couple. There's like 2 extra points once you do the $100 onboard credit. Well, I chose to do it a certain way. I'm not going to say what they are, but then what happened is Carnival Celebrations, all the celebration with Carnival Celebration. I was talking to our business development manager, and I said, "Hey, I just booked a cruise for that." She said, "Oh, really? Here, let me send you 2 more points to use for some amenities for this cruise." So I was able to add these 2 extra points into the amenities to offer for the cruise that I got going on. Who's that? Oh, I know you, of course. You know what's cool, though? He doesn't snore, though, right, Rob?
Who?
You.
Nope.
We're talking about you, Rob.
Yep, I don't snore.
Rock-a-bye, Robbie, on the...
When the bell breaks, Larry will let you fall.
on the floor. So yeah, Rob and I are booked for 3 cruises.
I see that.
Yeah.
Didn't even tell me, but I see that.
Well, it was always published.
But I didn't have it.
It's like unionized contracts. It's public knowledge. I don't know how it is in America though, but here in Canada, unionized collective agreements are public knowledge.
Unionized.
Is it that way there, Dwight?
What? Unionized what?
I have no idea.
Collective.
Oh, you don't know what collect? Okay, so when you're in a union, the contract that you sign, right, every couple of years, whatever. Well,
I'm not in
that's
union,
public
but okay.
knowledge. Everybody has access to that. So what they offer you and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
It's called a collective agreement.
Yes. Which I don't like. I don't like the unions. I worked for a union. I didn't like it.
I actually was in a union before. I despise unions myself, but they do have some good to it.
They do. My dad was in a union, and he had really good benefits.
Your brothers.
Well, truthfully, thanks to a union, I was able to get enough in. What do you call it? You guys call it 401k. We call it RSPs, registered RRSPs, registered retired savings plan. I was able to use that to buy this house that we own, right? It's already paid off, right? So I guess I can't complain about that part of the union, but they're not fair. They don't play the game properly the way it should be.
It's only good for the people up top.
That's right. That's right.
They don't care about the little guy on the bottom.
Rob just signed his collective agreement. Did you sign yet, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
No? It's not signed yet? Oh, it is?
Signed. It's signed.
Oh, Rob got his big, huge bonus and everything coming. He's rich, man.
Larry?
So you can go in
Shush up.
December.
Shush.
So you can go in December. You can get on in December.
Shush. Shut up.
December.
You've been outed there, Rob.
December. Woohoo!
A big 150.
I bet this.
Okay. To be fair for Robbie, it wasn't. I was making fun of him.
Yes, a big 150.
That's a nice down payment toward a room.
Exactly.
That's a down payment for a friggin' a suitcase.
It's the gratuities.
Not even my airfare.
Well, it's just you don't have to come down early, so just kind of put that towards that, and it'll be fine.
Rob, you do know if we ever cruise with Heather and Dwight, they do have an RV that they're sitting in that we can stay in, right? We don't have to use a hotel, right?
I've got an RV and a spare room.
See? I'm not staying in the same room as Robbie. Sorry. Actually, no, that's not the case. I got to stay in a cabin with you, Rob.
I mean, not that I'm trying to promote my cruise, but
no, there's the link there. Yes.
Well, we're promoting the cruise.
You gotta do it 3 times.
3 times? Okay. Come in December. Come in December. Come in December.
Actually, when is
There.
your next cruise? Your next cruise is not until December?
April.
No,
No, April.
Yeah, what
4
cruise is
days.
that one? Tell me about that one. Sell me on that one.
So that one is the Carnival Pride out of Tampa with Cindy and
Cindy.
Doug.
Oh, that's the other Cindy and Doug one. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then we might have another one in June. Working on that one. Maybe.
Oh, June what?
We have to get the information from his dad because his dad's not exactly remembering exactly what
says,
it is.
Hold on. He says he has the information now. He just hasn't given it to me.
Yeah, it's Carnival.
I know.
It starts with a C.
I know.
And it goes out in June.
Pretty sure it's the Conquest.
If it starts with C, maybe it's Cunard.
No, it's definitely Carnival, but I'm pretty sure it's the Conquest, which I've never been on. So
that's one of the old ships.
yeah, it's one of the older ones.
Once we get the information, we'll have.
It's newer than the damn Paradise, though. That's all I care about.
We've been on
the Paradise, Conquest. What's the other? Because it's the Conquest class, right? I can't remember. All of them. See, so have you guys ever sailed on Princess?
Nope.
No.
You know, you can do that on the phone.
Have you ever considered doing a Princess cruise?
Sure.
Wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, because we have a Commodore cruise, as it's called, to use up, and the itinerary, there's a 32-day Trans-Pacific or South Pacific cruise from Sydney to Vancouver for $2,000.
I don't know if y'all seen Cindy's picture on the ship, but look how beautiful she is.
Where's that at?
She's on
the Paradise right now.
Yep.
Oh, Cindy's on Carnival Paradise.
Yeah,
yes.
right now.
Ah, cool. Well, her and Doug, I'm assuming.
Yes, and her kids and her mom.
So the Carnival Conquest is a Destiny class cruise ship.
Destiny class, which is the smallest class now.
No, it is not the smallest.
It's not.
No. The smallest would be still the
Fantasy. No.
Fantasy class, yes.
Yes, Fantasy class, yeah. Ah. Yeah. See, I did my Carnival training, but it's very hard to remember every single little detail that you learn.
I think the Spirit class is the next class. Yeah.
Fantasy, Spirit,
then this one.
Conquest. Fantasy, Spirit, Conquest, Vista, and Excel.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is the sister ship of the Carnival Triumph, which is now the Sunrise.
The Sunrise, yep.
Kids went on Sunrise.
Carnival Victory.
Actually, truthfully, where I'm getting all my Carnival cruise ship knowledge from is through D&J, from Para DJ, because they basically go on every cruise ship you can think of.
And then Carnival Destiny.
We were at port with them.
We were at port. They didn't want to meet up.
Yeah, they were at an excursion, and then they came back, but they just were too tired.
I got to hang out with them on my first cruise in March. They were on the same cruise.
Yeah, if you're on the same cruise, they'll hang out with you.
Yeah.
But they're not going to go out of their way to kind of see you, I guess.
Yeah, and it all depends on you, like as in me. I could have gone on excursions or something with them because they're that nice. It's so awkward. I just met them, right? You know, hey, can I go on an excursion with you?
Yeah.
Now, they did offer me, Jason and Elisa from EECC Travels. They were also on the cruise, and they were going to this resort in Puerto Vallarta, and I was offered to go, but when they offered me to go, it was too late. And I like Elisa, because she's a travel agent, she was doing all the bookings, but I couldn't book it directly with her.
Mm-hmm. So actually, the Pride that we're going on in April is the last sailing out of Tampa before it goes to Spain.
Yes, that's what I see. I saw that.
That's pretty cool. And I love sailing out of Tampa. It's so easy to park there. It is so easy to get in and out of port there. And it's the closest. I'd say it's probably the closest port by a couple miles.
Just a sec. Why am I not back? Hold on. I lost the feed.
I hear you.
There we go. There, I lost the feed. Sorry. What was that?
My email notifications.
Now they're making all types of noises. So
April is your. So I'm actually meeting up with Dewey in June here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
He's got a 10-day cruise on Queen Mary, on Cunard Queen Mary, out of Vancouver, going up to Alaska for 10 days. So, yeah, we're going to be hanging out for the week.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Ananda and I, because that's our anniversary. June 10th is our anniversary. So we thought, okay, we'll do that. And then we'll take care of Dewey, because Dewey took care of me when I went down to the cruise in October. So this is how we're paying him back, is we're taking care of Dewey when he comes up. We're going to show him around, show him the sights, be his personal chauffeur, and set him up in an Airbnb. And yeah.
That's cool.
But then, yeah, my daughter, she is moving from Albuquerque to Oregon, to the coast, Newport, Oregon, at the end of February, and I want to go down there and see her. But now I also follow an RV community, and there's a meetup going on right around our anniversary as well. So
our anniversary is next month.
Yeah, it's coming up. Be together.
February what? 14th?
11th.
Close.
Oh.
Be together 43 years.
It's not 43 years.
43 years, Dwight? Holy crap! That sounds like a long time, Dwight.
It's been a long time.
No.
It's not 43?
No, it'll be 16.
That's it?
Holy crap, Heather. Even that's long time.
I know. For some random reason, he stuck around.
I've been with Ananda. This will be in June. It'll be 9 years June.
I put up with you for 16 years?
16 years, babe.
Now, is that including dating too, Dwight?
No, that's married.
Well, October was 16 years for dating.
And
then, a couple months later, get married.
You're not keeping. See, Dwight, you know what the problem is? You got that countdown and all that going on.
Yeah, see? That's her fault. She did the countdown.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, they keep reminding you. Yeah.
Hey, love you.
You guys like Royal Caribbean? Did you guys get booked on that Icon?
No.
That Icon is expensive.
It is like $5,000 or $6,000 per person.
Not per person.
No, it's because you choose to do balconies. I already looked it up for me and Rob. It was what is it? $11.71 per person. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
Hold up.
Let's
do that real quick. Hold on.
Let me just pop in, because my dad is going on. We were just talking about the Conquest, and the talk is for us to go along with him and hang out. He's going with his friend who lives up in the DC area in Maryland.
Yeah.
So
cool guy.
He's a cool guy. So anyway, they met up in Orlando last weekend, and he was talking to him. He was talking to his friend about the cruise, and he's like, well, what kind of room did you get? He goes, well, I got an interior room.
Because all he did was click on
He
it.
just
He
clicked
said,
on it.
He said that's one we'll go on.
So he's like, my dad's like, no, you're gonna have to upgrade. Once you upgrade, you're gonna love the balcony. And so he talked him into upgrading.
Yeah, he just got back on. He's like, okay.
So he said, okay, we'll upgrade. We'll spoil ourselves. So I don't think he's ever. I know he's never had a balcony. So pretty sure he's been on a cruise, but never a balcony. So.
See, that's the thing for me, Dwight. Now I can say I've been at a balcony because I stayed with Dewey in a balcony, a regular balcony, and I stayed in an interior. I'm okay with an interior, and it's basically because I'm okay with the interior, and yes, I'm a budget traveler, so yeah.
So here's the thing. I like to walk around the ship, but sometimes I just like to just sit out on my balcony and just take it all in.
You're used to the heat. Different, like I when I was with Dewey, I was out in that balcony maybe 3 or 4 times.
But you have a breeze on that. And it's not exactly, straight up, heat unless you're at port.
Well, the evenings were all spent going like drinking or shows and stuff. So the evening time, which is the coolest time to be out in your balcony, but never spent any time out there. So during the day, it was always sunny and hot. I was like, I don't want to go out there.
But see, for me, that works perfect.
Now, you guys, I never experienced a cove balcony, so you do have shade in a cove balcony.
Yes.
Well,
best balcony ever.
Anytime a cruise ship offers a cove balcony, that's the one I want.
That's where we're going. So we just went from this to...
Yeah. Well, it is the cheaper balcony class as well, right? So...
Yeah, and that works out for me even better.
I loved it, though.
No, totally. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. Being close to the water, but not, to a point where we were in a window. It was so perfect. There's shade. It was very secluded, which I absolutely loved. So I'm okay with that.
I think I would have enjoyed that cruise so much more if we had better communication. Seriously. Like,
the Carnival Hub absolutely sucked on that cruise.
It was pathetic. It was like I was in a lot of depression. You guys didn't get to see any of that stuff. But it was my own thing. But it was because of the communication, trying to get in contact with everybody and trying to talk to people. And you get frustrated because, well, there you go. And I didn't want to run around the whole ship like I do for my wife when I'm at a grocery store or something. Love, where are you? Marco! I didn't want to do any of that stuff.
Me and my friend Lexi will do that all the time. Like,
yeah, of course.
For each other, we're like, Marco Polo.
See? There you go.
And then people that will say Marco and they'll scream Polo.
Yeah.
All right, now you're part of our group. Now you got to find me.
Yeah, no. Your voice don't sound part of our group. So, yeah, I didn't want to do that around a cruise. So there's a lot of, that was my down thing. Now, I enjoyed the cruise, but it's just... that really upset with me because, I wanted to hang out with a lot more people, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually couldn't remember what your room number. I actually was down at your room. I actually knocked on your door.
Yeah.
Now that I remember it, but I couldn't remember which one was which, the number at the time. So I just, okay, you know what? I'm going to knock, and I'm pretty sure it was yours. But nobody answered.
$5,000. We can both go on the Icon, just you and me, not the kids. But there is, if you book it now, there is a $1,380 discount. Therefore, it would just be $3,500.
Oh.
It's $1,171 if you go interior.
Oh no.
You know what? Hey, listen. Have you guys ever gone on like a a couples cruise and the kids stayed home?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that in April too.
I was going to say I would volunteer to babysit, but you don't need babysitters. They're already old enough to babysit themselves. There went that idea.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you know what? Like I can afford, to volunteer to go down to Florida.
Trying to get to Florida.
I'll pay for the airfare. Airfares is not the problem. It's the pricey cruises and all that kind of stuff.
We have brought his dad to babysit, his parents to babysit. We had babysit when we went to Ocean City, right? And
Well, they're old enough now. Caitlin's what, 15, isn't she?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't think you need a babysitter now. So there went that idea. I was volunteering though.
I mean, I may need a dog sitter. I'm just saying, if I choose to go into the pool and not take one of the dogs and just.
I have done that before. I used to babysit my neighbor's dog when he goes away. I do have experience. Although those dogs look energetic. So I don't know if you noticed when I was on the ship, Heather, I wasn't very energetic.
Hold on. But if you're in your room, they will just kind of curl up and lay with you and fall asleep.
Well, that's okay. I can deal with that.
Especially this one, who has laid here the entire time we've been live, and she hasn't moved. Well, she went from being leaning against me, she flopped over to the other side. But yeah. And the other one's laying on the bed, passed out, sprawled out on the entire.
She's claimed your
couch.
bed.
Yeah.
I can dog sit. So if you ever need a dog sitter, you know.
We could have used you in December when we went to Paris because we couldn't take the dog.
And you know, I do love Florida now. That's one of my favorite places to go now.
When we went to Paris, we couldn't take the dogs because it would have been an extra like $2,000 to take them.
I imagine. Wow.
It was like, oh no, I'm sorry. It was $4,000. I forgot because it was $1,000 per dog for just the hospital. And then,
which is basically an Airbnb.
It's an Airbnb, but they call them hostels. Anyways, and then it would have been another $2,000 just in medical stuff, just to get them over there. Like they needed tests, they needed expedited titer tests. They also had to have their health certificates. They had to have like they had to have like 2 different types of health certificates, a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be going in April with us.
Yeah, they'll be going in April with us. But for December, oh my gosh. So like I was watching 2 kids and I let their mother watch the dogs and her boyfriend.
Now what about December of 2023? Are they going?
Yes.
They will go again. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But like right now we're at that point where like, okay, well, if the dogs can't go, then we're not going, because we ran into an issue with dog sitting twice now. And so it just, if we can't go, they can't go. If they can't go, we can't go. So I mean,
unless the kids are home.
Yeah, if the kids are home, then it's a little different. So who knows? We may get you down to Florida just to watch them for a week, and we go away somewhere.
How far away from the beach are you? I need to. Oh no, I noticed when you were doing that last video with Cindy and that going to the hotel, that you have a few vehicles in your yard. So I'm assuming there's a vehicle access down there as well.
We do have 4 vehicles.
Well, the great
I only see 3: the truck, your Jeep, and a white car.
Yeah, we just got a silver one.
We just added one. But I will say that since you bring that video up, there will be a new one dropping part 2 or next day, dropping tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll keep an eye out for it, right?
Sure. I'll let you drive the Mitsubishi.
The Mitsubishi, is it standard or automatic?
It's automatic.
I can drive standard, but not enough to say I can drive it. How do I say that? I learned in a 1963 old big huge truck, 5-ton truck.
The good thing is here, there's no hills, so you won't roll backwards.
You know what, Dwight? That used to be a huge problem for me, but just about 4 years ago, like I was just saying, the Salvation Army I worked with, they had somebody donated this big, huge 5-ton truck, and it was a food truck, and it had 4 gears, and the captain actually taught me how to drive better, and I learned what I was doing wrong with standard. Do you know how to drive standard, Dwight?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I was doing before is as soon as you like the light turns green, I would automatically push forward on the accelerator and out on the what do you call it? The clutch. The clutch. Well, I know from what I learned, you have to let it out a little bit first and then do it. I didn't know that. So all the times I was being taught before, nobody told me that. You let it out slightly.
So you were doing that number.
I was doing that number, and it either would stall or roll back. It's like, no, what? I gave up on it. It's just easier to get in the car, put it in drive, and go.
Yeah.
But now I did learn how to do it. But the only issue I have right now is the remembering when to downshift. That's the only issue I have with driving standard now.
Yeah, it's easy. I miss driving the standard. We used to have one. I do miss
Your
it.
Jeep's
but
not standard?
No.
I thought it would be. Wow.
Mm-hmm. But traffic wise, I don't miss it, but just driving it, I miss it. I do like driving the standard. So I've never driven a standard until we got that car. It's a little sadder. And I watched him drive it home the whole way. When we got into our neighborhood, I said I wanted to try. He said, okay. Now, I didn't understand the whole, like, stalling out or anything, okay? But I watched him drive. That's how I learned it. I just watched him. I didn't ask any questions. I just watched when he shifted, how he did it with his feet. Like, I just watched. And he goes, you've never driven the stick before? And I was like, no, but I got this. Don't worry about it. I got it, right? And so he's like, all right, cool. So I went onto the driver's seat, and I stalled him. And so he goes, okay, so from the start, he told me how to do it. And I said, okay, cool. So I did. Drove it, shifted, everything perfectly. No issues. Got into the driveway. Stalled it. Same concept. And I was like, okay. But I never did it again. And then I was really nervous with the hills and stuff. So he used to live in a neighborhood that there was this hill like this. Right? Elmwood is what?
No. It was Upland.
Upland. Okay, it was like that. So he goes, "We'll do it," and I was like, "No." So like I would like really rev it high, and then I would go right. And he goes, "No, do it softly." So I was like, "I can't. I'm too nervous. I was getting frustrated. Whatever." He goes, "Okay." He gets out of the car and stands right behind it.
Nice.
And he goes, "Now go." And I'm like, "Oh my god, no!" Like freaking out. He goes, "No, you won't. Just go." I focused, and I just very slightly went up.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So I brought it back down. He did it again. So I did. And that's how I learned how to do the hills, because I was more afraid of hitting him than anything else. But that was like the worst way for somebody.
Good way to learn.
It's the worst way. I was so scared.
It was either you're gonna learn how to drive it, or you're gonna run me over.
And I never ran me over.
It's almost like how I was taught to swim. They threw me out of a boat and said swim.
Right? Yeah. So I do like driving the standard. I do. I didn't want it for my Jeep, but I wouldn't be opposed to having another stick vehicle. So
I'm really surprised your Jeep is not standard. It looks like it would be.
I didn't want standard. Because
you can get a Jeep with.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And I did look at some of them, but I just when it comes down to traffic and all that other stuff, it was kind of like, do I want that as my main vehicle? Not really. So would I be opposed to having another one? No, I would totally do it.
How big is Cape Coral and Fort Myers? How big are they, like population wise, kind of?
I'll look it up.
Because when you're saying traffic, I'm just curious what you mean by traffic.
That's not Washington, D.C.
No, yeah, it's not in D.C., which we have driven with a stick, okay? Cape Coral has about 205,000 people.
Oh, wow. I actually thought it was way smaller than that. Oh, interesting.
Fort Myers has 92.3.
So
Fort Myers is the same size as my hometown, where I'm from, St. John, New Brunswick, which is a cruise port.
Yeah. Cape Coral, though, has, as of 2021, which more people have moved down, roughly about 205,000.
Lee County has 760,822 people.
So Lee County, that's in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and a few other towns, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So that's for Lee County. Okay, so as of the beginning of 2023, which obviously is now, there's in just Cape Coral, you're looking at 211,192 people.
And 93, because somebody was just born, probably.
Probably. Yeah. So roughly.
So you got a fairly larger, not large, but larger sized town. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic.
I'd say a medium-sized town.
Yeah, medium-sized town. Yeah, like in Vancouver, which is the Metro Vancouver. It's I think 2 million, but the whole province itself, which is state, is 5 million. So, but where I live here.
But in all fairness, we went from like Washington, D.C., Alexandria area, which has 6.36 million people in it.
In the Washington, D.C. metro area.
Just that area, which we're used to. We went from that to this. So it's not like, okay, so we have been in that traffic. And when we moved here, we were laughing at everybody because there was like, oh, there's a 5-minute backup on the bridge.
Washington, D.C. is the 9th largest population city in America.
Yeah. So when we moved here, and the news was like, you might want to find an alternate bridge. There's like a 5-mile backup on the bridge. 5-minute backup on the bridge. And we're looking at each other like, what? But when you're living here, and then you're like in that traffic, and it's kind of like, this sucks. But it's not like it's DC traffic. You could be sitting in traffic for a good 2 hours and maybe 5 miles. Here, you're at least moving. There's just a lot of idiot people that live here. And I've had to slam on brakes or whatever it may be, and they're just shifting in that because people don't know how to drive here. And that's, I think, what the biggest problem is. If they knew how to drive, like DC, okay, there's a lot of dumb people, there are a lot of accidents, yes, but that's because there's 6.5 million people there. But like they knew how to go. Like there's aggressive driving, and that's what DC is. You aggressively drive. Here, they're just kind of like.
Well, you gotta remember, you got the population of Lee County, and then it probably jumps to about 1 million with the damn snowbirds here.
Yeah. See, and that's the problem. Like, okay, what was it, Friday?
Are you complaining about the snowbirds? They bring money to your state now. Come on.
I know.
Here's the thing. I hate when people say that.
What's that?
I hate what. Oh,
sorry. Ananda's asking me if I want spaghetti. Yes, please. Sorry.
You're fine. I hate when people say that. Yes, they bring money, but that's 3 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
No, I totally understand. I understand. I understand the wait. Like I was just playing, man. I don't live in a well, although actually I do. Where I live, population 12,000. We're in a landlocked town, so it's like we do have people that come up here and only live here temporarily and then go back to the big city. We live in like a country. Like no, I can't say country because that's what you think of your nation. The boonies.
No, we have the country. We have the boondocks, the country, the farmland type areas.
Yeah. This is all farm, lake, Forest Service road area out in the back of nowhere. Everything's within a 10-minute drive, but we still have crazy drivers, like you're saying, Heather.
Yeah, but see, like, okay, so like I think it was Friday. I was driving down Pine Road, which is our main road, and the speed limit on that road, on that stretch, is 55. Okay.
Miles per hour.
Yeah, miles per hour.
But by the way, Dwight, I'm officially able to drive in America now because when I went to see my kids in August, I got to drive a U-Haul truck from the south of Albuquerque all the way into Albuquerque. So I managed to use the speed in miles per hour.
Good.
And we didn't have to train you to drive on the right side of the road.
Yes.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, I was driving down the stretch, speed limit's 55 miles an hour on this road. I had my cruise control set, okay? I was in the left lane. I was traveling in this left lane the whole road, and it's
Why were you living in the left lane?
Yeah, why are you living in the
because
left lane?
there was a lot of traffic there, so it was.
Oh, they would hate you up here, Heather. They would freaking run you off the road if you lived in the left lane.
Well, but this was just a side. This is like our road. Like it's. I know that left is for passing. I get that, but everybody is in both lanes. It's just the way this road is. Anyways,
If it's a 2-lane road, like a 2-lane, like a 4-lane, 2 this way, 2 the other way, a lot of the times that's what happens. People live in that left lane, and it's not necessarily living in the left lane.
Okay,
My problem is when.
But in all fairness, I was passing all the cars on the right side, so I was technically using the lane for what it was intended for. But either way, there was a Jeep right here, and then there was me. Okay, and we're on this road, and this crazy lady pulls out in front of me. And when I say pulls out in front of me, we're talking like you could not fit my camper between me and the vehicle before, like where she pulled out. I thought when she pulled out, I hit my brakes, landed on my horn, hit my brakes. I thought I was going to hit her. We braced for impact. Kayla was in the front seat. The dog slid into my seat. Like there was just, we were going to hit her. There was no doubt about it in my mind. We were going to hit her. She wasn't moving. Like she pulled out and it wasn't like she hit the gas. She just kind of moseyed her way out. Like I was not even there. Even the Jeep and all the cars right here slammed on their brakes thinking they were going to get hit.
Love, I need an Ativan. Heather's making me all anxious now.
It was like, I was like, oh my God, if the brakes weren't new, I probably would have hit her. That's the only thing that God had to have been holding my vehicle back, because I swear there was like literally a cut hair between the two of us. Like there was no room to fit a piece of paper. Like, and she just, I don't know, like didn't look, totally oblivious. I'm laying on my horn. It's not like she looked in her mirror like, oh crap. She just kind of, that's what you get. That's what is here. That's why I would not have a stick just to have as my main vehicle, because
your story is getting me anxiety. I'm serious, Heather, because of where I live in a small town, but we also get those problems because, and I'm not pushing anything towards anything here, but the town we live in is a retirement town, and it is very old drivers. And I'm not picking on any particular age or any of that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of different driving techniques than compared to the younger generation.
So Cape Coral was originally created for retirees.
There you go.
We got a lot of them.
So we got a lot of older people.
But the problem was she wasn't even old.
Yeah,
she was like my age.
But it's the carefree attitude of living in a small little carefree town kind of mentality. Come on, man. We're in Powell River. It's Sunday, man. What are you in a hurry for?
Right? Okay, so I ended up pulling over because we have our meetup spot for when neither one of us have orders. We go and sit here and wait. It's one of the hot spots. So he was there already. I pulled in and I was still shaking. I was like, I had to stop. I had to take a moment. So I was literally like, my anxiety was so high. And I'm like, I literally thought like I was going to hit her. Even Kaylin was like racing, like we all knew we were going to hit this lady.
Grabbing onto that holy fuck handle.
It's OSHA handle. Yeah. But I was literally like, I was bracing. I was laying on the horns. My brakes like hit the floor. They were vibrating. And I thought I had her. I really thought I had her.
Now, were you in the Jeep, or I thought you said the trailer? You were hauling the trailer.
We were in the new car. I couldn't fit the trailer between us for the distance on how close.
I see. Yeah.
Like I had that much length to slam on my brakes. But yeah, no, I was in the Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. I call it a Mitsubishi because it's hard pronouncing that name, so it's a Mitsubishi.
I was in my Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
So, my Mitsubishi. So I was in that. So it was
I think I already asked this question. How far away from the beach are you again? Sorry.
About 30 minutes.
That's to the Fort Myers beach.
But
there are beach areas you can go to that are close. But like you can go sit at the one. That's what the one at the bridge. You can sit at that one, but don't go in it.
Wait a minute. You guys are close to the. Oh no, wait. You're on the Gulf of Mexico, so that's where you're going to get the sharks on that side very well.
Well, you like.
I'd rather be on the Gulf of Mexico side than the Atlantic side.
If you came here and spent some time with us, I would take you to the coolest freaking beach. You would love it. It's called Minnesota Beach, and it is. The nickname of this beach is Shark Tooth Beach. You literally can put your hands in the sand in the water.
I heard about that.
And you'll have at least 10 to 15 different shark teeth in your hands.
Okay, then you'll have to take me there because that's something that interests me, actually.
It is the coolest freaking place.
Yeah, it's only about an hour away from
here.
Would you say a half an hour from the beach, Dwight? Like we live here in the ocean. Like the ocean is like a 5-minute drive for us right now, but it's too cold. It's the water's like in the 40 to 50 degrees. Yeah,
the 30-minute beach is like our main beach.
It's the main beach. You can either get to Sanibel or Fort Myers Beach. Right now you don't want to go to either one. They're just not ready.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, because they got torn up by the hurricane.
Okay, so in our photos, on our intro for our last year for our show, you've seen our pictures where there's a big lighthouse and the pictures with the kids in front of like the building and stuff. Yeah. All that's gone. Well, the lighthouse is still standing. It's missing a leg.
It's missing a leg, but it's
still
standing.
Everything else, the beach, the houses, all of it's gone. The hurricane took it all and put it into the ocean. It's all gone.
I just, when I envision Fort Myers and Cape Coral, it's like you're down in the kind of like, how would I say it? It just makes me think of low-level land of the Everglades.
So we're not in the Everglades. Okay.
No, you're not. I know you're not in the Everglades, but that's what I envision in that area.
No. We're about an hour north of the Everglades. Does not mean that you will not see gators where we are. There's plenty of them. But
then I can't go down there without seeing an alligator, even though I was hoping to see one when I was down in Miami and never got to see one.
Miami doesn't have a whole lot on that side because of the ocean, but we have a lot of them on our side. So if you came down and you spent at least a week with us, I would take you and you would have a blast because I would take you to Minnesota Beach. I would take you to our boondocking campground. Even Lance boondocking with Boomer, he loved that place. We showed him.
And isn't he still down there? He's still down there, I think.
He's still in the States, yeah. But he came and stayed at our house. I'd take you there, spend the weekend there. You would love it.
He stole my electricity.
What else? Oh, like I would show you the beaches, like because you can go to the yacht club, you can go to Fort Myers, you can go sit and look at the sunset and fish off the pier, right down the street from where we are. There's other places you can go that are close for like water, but nothing you really want to swim in.
I'm kidding. He offered money, but I didn't take it.
Yeah.
I'm a water guy. I love the water. I love palm trees, fish.
So,
well, obviously, I like sharks. That's my thing. But I also never been up in your area before anyway, Heather. So everything is like all new to me. Like when Dewey drove me around, everything, even though you might think, oh God, that's just that. It's like whatever. But to me, it was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like seeing the way your freeway systems work and all that kind of stuff is even cool for me, right?
I think if you came and spent even just a week, I'd probably charge a little more. But if you could spend a week, I think you would have a blast on the side. Like
if I were to come down in that sense, Heather, there's some things that I would like
so we don't have that. Okay.
Sorry. You buffered there a bit. What was that?
But I think if you spent a week with us, I think like you would have a blast to the things that we could show you. Like,
How
I
far
know
away are you from the gator boats? The swamp boats or whatever they're called.
about an hour, 45 minutes.
See, that sounds like a normal drive for me. Like when we were living in Vancouver, half an hour to an hour's drive is like a normal thing to get to anything.
Yeah. Okay. So like, it's not horrible, but I'm saying you can have like 45 minutes. Like you can go down to any of the beaches down in Naples, Marco Island, things like that. There's so many different beaches and
Actually,
things.
you guys live in Florida. Why don't you have a boat?
So
that's a money pit.
it really is. We had Dwight's dad's boat that stayed here, but okay, let's be honest, it was basically our boat. It was in our yard, and he couldn't drive it.
It spent more time here than
we drove it. No, we captained it, piloted it.
What's
it cost to rent a boat?
Expensive.
Probably depends on where you
Yeah,
go.
it really just depends. And you have to do an oil change on it just about every time you bring it in. And
wow.
that's not cheap. You're looking at least $80. And that's only if you had, like, he had the one engine.
Mm-hmm.
And before, yeah, it was one engine. But like if you have a double engine, that's twice as much. And then the gas, because you have to fill that up every time you bring it in.
Yeah,
so
but gas in Florida is 100 times cheaper than what we pay up here.
This is true. But I don't know. Like
we're at right now. I'm actually excited that we're at $1.79.9 for a liter.
Ours just went up. I was a little pissed about.
Oh wait! Did it go up to $2 a gallon?
No! If we were at 2, that'd be great.
We're at $3.59 a gallon.
Oh wow, that actually sounds pretty high. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. We're almost
$1.79, so $1.80, $3.60. So wait, $1.79 is $3.60. $7.20 a gallon is what we pay.
So we're almost back up to $4 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cheap.
Not for us.
No.
But
I could imagine like living where you guys paying that kind of fuel price. Oh my God. Like we spent here, you're going to laugh. Okay, guys. I'm seriously, you're going to laugh. We pay $30 Canadian a month for fuel.
Do you just not drive?
Well, it's our life within our community. Like we don't have to go out. You go to the grocery store. You get the shopping, doctor's appointments. Like they're all within 10-minute drive.
Do that in like a day per vehicle.
No, I know. That's why I know that's a pretty funny thing for you guys. Because I imagine you have to drive distances to get to certain things, right?
Well, no, we're pretty close to the city.
Close to everything. But
we DoorDash, so
we're probably looking $1,200 a month in fuel.
Love. Heather and Dwight, they pay $1,200 a month in fuel. So when I said $30 is like a joke.
Yeah,
that's
one vehicle for one day.
One vehicle, one day. Because we have to use.
No, well, you got the big gas guzzling truck, though.
No,
correct.
This is just for the two little ones, though.
But this is for the two little ones, the little white car and the little.
Using my Jeep when I first started it, using my Jeep per day, it was about 40 to 50, depending on how far out I had to go. So that's even more.
And that's a 6-cylinder.
Yeah, his truck's an 8, so that's even more.
So that makes it hard to take the camper anywhere because we gotta pay for fuel.
Hold on. So that's why.
What's that? Okay, I see lights behind you. Oh no, that's just the reflection. Okay,
it's the reflection.
Yeah, because it's pretty dark there in Florida.
Those two lights, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one.
Yeah. I can
is
see. I can see.
somebody- both of those are somebody's house. Like
Gotcha.
they're like porch lights or whatever.
This here is a reflection.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
reflection. But those are houses. And if you can't see it, but over here is the big church. But
Oh, you got a church there. Oh, okay.
yeah, it was one church. Then they kind of abandoned it, and it sat abandoned for a few years. And then this one this one took it over. Took them forever. And then they finally got in. So
Yeah, that's interesting.
I haven't been to a church in years.
yep. They do a lot of every Friday.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would definitely come down. I don't know if Ananda is big on doing that kind of travel and stuff. I'm not saying that she won't go on a cruise or anything. That's not what I'm talking about. But like a week coming down in that sense, she might not do it, but I could do it. I'm more of in the travel sense of that. I'm more nomadic than Ananda.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will tell you, it would be fun. You would have a blast. I can't promise that Casey will always have clothes on, but
Oh, he had clothes on the ship.
until he got to our room, After that. I can't promise anything after that.
But you do know, I understand. I'm a parent also, and I also understand. I also understand Casey.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're okay with that, that's usually my warning. That is my warning to anybody who comes. Like, you can come here all you want. Just note, there may or may not be a random, or not random, but a child running around with not so many like clothing things on.
I actually, and if you're saying in a sense of warning, truthfully, I had a bad youth. That was a bad youth. I spent 4 months in juvenile detention. I was a bad boy. I used to break into homes when I was younger. Well, that 4 months that I spent in juvenile detention was very rough. I have no problem saying I put myself in protective custody, but it was because I was being challenged to fight every single day, right? So this is an important part of the story I need to say in that, is that it changed my life. It turned me into the better direction. Instead of going to prison, I grew the conscience and all that kind of stuff. So now whenever it comes to going into somebody else's homes, I'm very uncomfortable. Like, I've been going to Ananda's stepmom's for almost 10 years now, and I'm still not comfortable walking around that house without Ananda being around me. And it's a mental thing. So, like when you're saying like we can stay in your home, it's not that I wouldn't stay in your home or anything. I would be much more comfortable staying like in an RV than I would be in your home. Do you know what I mean? And it's not against you guys. It's just a mental thing. Is I would feel uncomfortable walking around, even though a lot of people say, "Hey, you're welcome to do whatever, help yourself," and blah blah blah. I can't. I can't get that comfortable mentally.
Yeah.
But I definitely would come for a visit, Heather, for a joke. I actually fell in love with Florida. That was my first time being in Florida in October, right? So, God, why wouldn't I like
be here? Because, like I said, we do have a camper, and
Well, I couldn't imagine you robbing a place. You're such like a big teddy bear.
You know, it's funny, Dwight. Ananda does not know who I used to be.
Good for her. Probably best.
She does the same thing like you. Like, I cannot imagine you doing this, and I used to be a huge introvert. Like you guys looking at me right now, I would be shying away. Don't look at me. But I did a bunch of changes in my life back in 2009. And now I'm a social butterfly. I have no problem hanging out and talking and laughing and joking with you guys. This is awesome. I love it. Well, that's why I was saying I was sad that I didn't get to hang out with you guys more. Like, you know, that little bit that I got to hang out with you in Bonaire, like, you know, it was cool. I wanted to do more, hang out with you guys.
Even Casey really enjoyed just being there.
It's funny, like, when we started the YouTube channel, it's like, I like the idea of starting a YouTube channel, but I don't like the idea of me being behind the camera.
Yeah, he was very shy.
I mean, even if you look back at our first videos, it's like I'm so fucking stiff. It's like,
Yep.
oh my God.
And I would have to constantly tell him because he'd be sitting there and he'll be talking like this, almost like he's reading off a teleprompter. And I'm like, loosen up.
Yeah.
Like he used to plan out everything we were going to talk about, and it was like news and everything, and then I'm just kind of like, dude.
Yeah.
Like
That's when we started playing it by ear. You know, I liked doing the cruise news, and you know, when during the pandemic, there's a lot of it.
Mhm.
Yes,
But
there was tons of it, but now
and that's why when we started, we
Yeah.
started with that, and that made
Yeah.
I think a really good transition for
Yeah.
things, because we did the cruise news for a while, but then like when we got into the pandemic, we did do some of the cruise news, and we also just kind of hung out with everybody, and that's when we really started getting to know a lot of people, but I had to get him to loosen up because,
yeah.
I was like,
Dwight used to be stiff as a board. Now you come out of your shell, Dwight.
Yeah. Dwight does most of the camera work. Dwight does
Yeah.
most of the
yeah.
editing.
Well,
see,
you know,
he
I
won't-
actually got to see behind the scenes with you guys also.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We did a video. We did our what was it, our 555 for Carnival
The
Horizon.
review for the Horizon.
And 30 minutes prior to that, I was doing nothing but laughing.
I mean, I was just sitting because we did it right here. If you watch the video, we did it.
I
Right here.
couldn't stop.
And I was just for the first time. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start it. And she was still laughing.
You know what? That's nothing new for you, though, Heather.
I know.
There's times where you've had lots of laughing fits.
I know, but it was like I don't even know what it was about. Like I was just laughing. Like something struck me really funny, and I just couldn't stop laughing from that point on. And then I'm like, the camera's judging me. Oh, look at me, I'm funny. I look funny on the screen. Like
then it makes you laugh even more. And
yes, and I just couldn't stop laughing, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So it was definitely took half an hour, and it probably would have been something that was really funny. But yeah, you'll get to see the things that we don't catch on camera, which I wish sometimes we do.
no, I did get to see some of that on the cruise.
Correct.
Yes. See, the funny thing is, we are who we are. We don't mask anything. Like what you see here
is what you get.
is what you get on a cruise or anywhere else. Like Doug and Cindy are like, you guys are just like you are on your show. It's like same with you guys. You guys do exactly what you do.
And I can say the same thing with you guys. We're going to hang up with you in Bon Air for that little bit.
Yeah.
You guys,
And just on the
normal as
cruise
can be.
You too, Larry. You're
Yeah.
exactly who you are, you know, on screen as you are in person. And that's what I like. You know, I hate people that
are fake.
I don't want to say hate, but I dislike people that are fake.
It's like
I'm there with you, Dwight. Yeah.
it's like they put on a presence for this,
The camera.
but then they can't hold that composure when you meet them in person. And I mean, I'm not saying that they should. I think that who you are,
or they're too good to take time out of their day to see you.
correct. Like
Well,
I think
you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb to say this. When I saw Jason and Elisa on my cruise in March, okay, I was a little disappointed, but not necessarily at them. It was because Jason and Elisa, their channel is, you know, they got a big following.
Right.
I'm just another number within a bunch of
but
people.
it's not. It shouldn't be that. It should be you're a person, and that's what we've always portrayed. We've never tried to seclude anybody or whatever, or try to think, oh, we're better because we're YouTubers. There are many times where people have come up to us because we have cameras, and they're like, "Are you YouTubers?" And we're like, "Yeah." They're like, oh my gosh, and like I'll just sit and hang out with them or talk to them or be like, "Hey, look, you know this or whatever," just because that they're people. They're people.
I don't care how many subscribers I have.
It would be great to get to 1,000.
I would,
but
I'm in no hurry. I mean, I'm in no real hurry to get to 1,000. I want genuine subscribers. I want people that follow this channel.
I would like
organic followers. Yeah.
Yes, I want people.
There are many of channels that have jumped to 1,000 within months because they paid for their subscribers.
Of course they did.
But they don't have the genuine. They still have, 73
I'm
views.
still at 580 something.
But see, like I want to come, and this is why
We're
I
11,
make it a
we're
point.
11 away from 700.
There is a point that I try to make when certain people come in and they're new to the channel or whatever, and I haven't gotten a chance to remember them or know who they are. And I'm like, I'm going to make it a point to figure out who you are. And I talk to them and I try to remember their names. And that way when they come back and I remember them, because everybody is important to us. Every subscriber, every viewer, everybody is important to us.
But if I have to say this in defense of Jason and Elisa also, when you have 100,000 people as followers, Heather, it's quite impossible to have a deep connection with each and every one of them, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
you're going to get to that point. They may know me as plump travelers, but they don't put the connection in there until you get. Go ahead.
I was just waving
Darian.
to Darian.
I don't see the chat, so.
It's Darian.
Oh, hi, Darian.
But if Rob's sitting here talking about him being on. The reason why I asked Rob being here in the States, I said the reason why I asked him when he was getting in, because I would like to go see him. You know? Because if you're gonna be in the area, we would like to try and make an effort to go see somebody. Or vice versa, whatever it may be. Massimo, did you get my project request?
Yeah, he put a request out. He's got a project that he's working on. I already responded to him earlier.
I know we were doing something earlier.
So, with Jason and Lisa, we were actually doing the meetup at sea. Jason
Darian, how did you send it? Because I don't.
Through Messenger. You would have sent it through Messenger because that's how I got mine.
Is you're not talking about the Helen, Georgia meetup, is it?
No.
Okay, that's the only thing I have.
Okay, sorry, Larry.
Resend
Okay.
that. Sorry.
But, we were doing the meetup at sea, and I was doing a live and recording a video. Jason did jump on and say, "Hey guys, Jason and Lisa," and all that kind of stuff on my live. But what's happening is they were also doing a group cruise of their own, and they had a bunch of people on their group. And of course, they're not going to remember it. So I was disappointed because I'm getting to meet Jason and Lisa, but I never got to hang out with them and really interact with them as much.
But see, for me,
Jay did, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, it was okay, so like I said, we met some people on some our last one we went on. There were some people that saw we were YouTubers, and they asked a question. And we said, well, we talked, and I'm like, I mentioned I saw the pilot boat, and I was like, come watch this. This is really cool. You get to see kind of like a behind the scene thing that most people don't get to see. And we hung out in that little aspect, and they got to see it, and they were like, that's probably the coolest thing we've ever seen so far.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't get to see that.
And they didn't know anything about a pilot boat.
Yeah. They just thought the captain did it themselves, and I had to explain it.
And the pilot boat comes on where your room was.
Exactly. So I was telling them hey, but that's the way we are. If you're gonna get the courage to come talk to us, we're at least gonna spend a couple minutes with you. Yeah, we may be busy, but if we're eating, come sit with us. Hey, the M&M guy, perfect example. The M&M guy.
Hey, I got to hang out with him. I got some video and stuff of him and pictures.
I don't remember his name, but see, and I feel bad about that. And it's okay because I don't remember his name right off the bat. Give me a few minutes, I probably will remember.
I think his name was Richard. I think. I do have it, but it's on my laptop in my computer room. But right now, I don't have it on my phone.
You're right.
So
he was so freaking nice. Him and his wife.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but see, and that's the thing. He was so excited to meet so many YouTubers.
Yeah.
Well, what did we do? We were all busy, but we sat down and we talked to him. We had a little bit of snack with him. We got an interview with him. Something because he was, courageous enough to come talk to us. And they own they have like a big collection of M&Ms, and they were there on their M&M group cruise, whatever. But it's just those couple moments, and he was just so ecstatic when he told his wife about it. And it's moments like that make me feel happy. It's because, I was able to take, like, someone valued my time and just as much as I value their time. So I know, like, there are some people who are like, well, I'm really big channel. I'm not going to remember a reason. I'm not even going to remember this meetup. Cool. But if someone is so excited to meet you, give them 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh, really? You have a YouTube channel too? That's really awesome. I'll have to check it out. Will they? Probably not, but that's okay. And, like, we're doing our group cruise. Maybe you should watch some of our vlogs and join us on our next one. Make them feel included and then be like, look, we're doing this right now. You're more than welcome to join us. Or not. That's cool too. They can continue what they're doing. You were given an invite, something along those lines. That's what we did. We found people all the time. We're like, hey, we're doing a bar crawl. You want to join us? Cool. Let's go to the next bar. Like, that's what we did.
Actually, did you guys do the bar crawl that they had?
Yeah, we did ours, the one that we did.
That's what I'm talking about. You did it?
Yeah.
I never even knew wherever it was or any of that.
We were trying to get a hold of everybody.
Here's one of my problems. It was my fault. What happened was, the goodie bag you got with the list of things to do. I left mine at Dewey's because I didn't want to put it in my suitcase and get all wrecked because I only had the carry-on.
It didn't matter, Larry, because nobody went by that list.
No, I know. So, but Dewey did have his hanging on the wall as you went out, but I never, because it was not a normal thing that I have. Like, I have a set thing that I do, right? So it wasn't in my normal thing to look, okay, what are we doing now? And blah, blah, blah. I never looked at it once, actually.
Yeah. But we ended up having, because somebody ended up watching us do our cabin crawl. It was like the last year somebody joined in on
wanted to do that.
Hey, listen.
Somebody joined in, crashed our cabin crawl.
They crashed our cabin crawl.
Your crabbing crawl?
Crabbing crawl. When we were in the Down Unders.
Yeah. She's like, excuse me, do we know you?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm just getting a snack. And he walked out, and it was funny. But I don't care. Like, you want to join us? Cool.
It was so funny, though.
But see, that's the way that we are. You want to come hang out with us? Sure, why not?
Some people are uptight about it, but whatever.
I wanted to do the cabin crawl, actually, but of course this was Dewey's cabin, and I didn't know how it worked. I had no clue how a cabin crawl works.
Yeah, it was our first one, but
obviously we have it on video, so you can.
No, yeah, I've obviously seen everybody's videos. I haven't got mine out, but I'm too lazy and procrastinating putting video stuff out. But I do have stuff.
Dewey, I just got that. I'm gonna look at it in a bit.
Darian.
Why did I say Dewey? We were talking about Dewey. Yeah. I will resend it. Sorry about that. Cool. Yep. I did get it. I'll look at it after.
Darian's working on a project about Germany, and he's just asking everyone to create a 2-minute video of some things. I won't say it all right now on camera, but he wants you to create a video of what you think of this in Germany. It's about Germany. That's all I'll say.
Works.
See, here's my thing. I have no problem talking in front of the camera, but it's to bring up the words to say in front of the camera is my problem. Like, you know how you're quiet and all that. I actually got some stuff here to make up a teleprompter, so I'm going to be using the teleprompter for some of my stuff.
Yeah, that works. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys, with you too. Not just on the ship, but we actually got to meet Darian and his kids in Daytona, which is really awesome. His kids are super amazing, dude. I'm telling you, I need to give him our kids. Just
Daytona. Where's Daytona? On it's on the Pacific or Atlantic side, right?
It's near Miami.
East Coast. It's not near Miami.
Well, it's on the same side as Miami.
It's near Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, it's up. Oh, in between Port Canaveral and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my favorite beach.
Actually, Port Canaveral, I need to get there because I really love astronomy and stuff like that, and I really want to see a rocket launch from Port Canaveral on a ship. That's a bucket list for me. Being in port, waiting for the ship to leave, and then they're doing a rocket launch. Oh,
we left Tampa last weekend. We had to go up there, and it was a beautiful, clear day. And all of a sudden, I see this orange light in the sky. I didn't think nothing of it.
It's my computer.
I like how you're saying it, Dwight. That orange light in the sky, you know.
Light in the sky. I didn't think nothing of it. And then all of a sudden, I start to see the trail behind it. I'm like, that's a fucking rocket launch.
Oh wow!
So Heather recorded it, I think, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have it. I thought she was going to post it on Facebook, but I guess she didn't. But it was really neat. And, you know, we see rocket launches on the West Coast from the East Coast.
We see them all the time, but
when it's a clear day like it was that day, it was beautiful. It was just so, the sun was setting and it was so bright. It was really nice.
it's not that. It's a little device thingy over there.
Okay.
The hard drive. I'll get them up there eventually.
The what?
Didn't you put them on Facebook?
No, it
I
was
thought
on
I
your
sent-
phone.
I thought I sent them
Or was
to
it
you.
on my phone?
I think it was on your phone.
I have to look.
Have you ever seen like a rocket launch, live rocket launch, like close?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I haven't, but he has.
So this is obviously before Heather. My parents used to have a timeshare in Daytona Beach.
Okay.
And we used to go down there every year for this timeshare. And we actually watched the space shuttle Challenger blow up in front of us from Daytona Beach.
Wow.
Usually, like you said, you see the rocket go up and up, but this one went up, 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 and then it went like this.
No, I've actually watched almost pretty much every shuttle launch from the 80s when it started. I watched every crash or explosion. That's why people said, you know, a morbid joke was NASA stood for need another 7 astronauts.
Yeah.
Never heard that one. That's awesome.
You never heard that before, Heather?
I never heard
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a morbid joke. People were saying, yeah, NASA stood for need another 7 astronauts. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to get them off the drive. I think that's where they are.
But anyway.
But they're really cool. It was perfect.
I'm missing what you're talking about, Heather. Sorry, I
The
missed.
rocket that we seen the other day
Oh, okay.
on the clear sky.
I really, that's a bucket list. Who was it? Oh, Stephanie, Sean and Stephanie.
Yeah.
She did a cruise out of Port Canaveral. I think it was the Mardi Gras or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she was surprised that they had a rocket launch going on or something. It's like, oh my God, you can see rocket launches from the ship. No, that's going to be a bucket list thing for me. So now, ever since that, I need to get a cruise. Now, as you noticed on Shipmates, Rob and I are booked out of Port Canaveral, but that's not until 2025.
Well, maybe they'll schedule a rocket launch for that day.
Yeah, probably not.
Here's to hoping.
What's that?
Here's to hoping.
Yeah. I am looking into going out of Port Canaveral. It just really what I've been doing is booking with other people. I haven't been booking anything, like looking at booking anything for just me and Ananda. It's either a group cruise or looking at somebody's shipmates, and I want to see this person on that cruise or that cruise. You know what I mean?
No, we haven't been out. Well, I have. She has not. I was a kid. Well, not a kid, but I was young when I went out of Port Canaveral on the Disney ship. But when we took the Pride from Baltimore, we did stop at Port Canaveral as one of our stops.
Yeah, I saw that there's some itineraries where you're stopping at those kind of ports. It's like, wow, that's weird.
And there's not anything to do at Port Canaveral. We ended up we took a taxi over to a beach area.
Oh, you're talking about the port itself. There's nothing to do there.
Yeah.
Port Canaveral, which is Orlando, isn't it?
It's not exactly Orlando. It takes about an hour to get to Orlando.
Oh, is it? Oh, I actually thought it was Orlando.
No,
Interesting.
Orlando.
Darian, I can definitely do that.
Orlando is in the middle of the state.
Wow, I don't know why I thought Port Canaveral. So if I'm flying down to Port Canaveral to cruise, aren't I flying into Orlando?
I don't think Port Canaveral has an airport. Do they?
No, no. Because I fly into Orlando. I'm pretty sure I said when I looked, it was Orlando.
Yeah.
So I actually thought Orlando was closer to the port than that.
No, it's about a 45-minute, an hour drive.
Now you're talking traffic pending?
Traffic pending.
Okay, yeah. So that's a little different. Yeah, okay. Distance-wise, it's not an hour's drive. It's the traffic pending part is, yeah, it can be an issue. Makes drives longer.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I started doing this cruise for our Val renewal, MSC, I'm pretty sure MSC was going to be out of Port Canaveral. Because we were looking at MSC Seashore.
Seaside.
Seashore. No, Seashore.
Is there name?
It was the second newest. Seascape is the newest. Seashore was the second newest. And that's the one that we were going to do. And it was great price and everything. But I couldn't get a hold of anybody to do the booking. I tried to talk to the business development manager for a couple of days. Nope, he was away over in Asia somewhere. And people at group booking, nobody was answering their phones. So I gave on up. And, yeah.
Orlando Airport to Port Canaveral is a 53-minute drive, 48 miles.
Wow, it is 48 miles. Wow.
Cool. There you go.
Interesting.
Darren, I have a quick question. Just 3.
Who are you talking about? Yeah, I don't get to see chat, so.
Oh, he said, please record at least 3 places. Oh, it's at least 3 places that you would like to visit in Germany. It could be a few seconds, but no more than 2 minutes. I can do that.
Yeah, I told him I'll make some because I always wanted to go to Germany.
3 or more, he says.
Okay. I think I know why that he loves Germany. Oh my gosh.
Really?
I'm looking at pictures. I'm like obsessed right now.
Why do you think he likes Germany?
I am not getting on an airplane anytime soon for that amount of time again.
Whew, I don't know.
I actually haven't talked to you about that. How long was the flight over there, Dwight?
8 long hours.
Well, that was coming back as 9 hours going.
Yeah.
The longest I've been on a plane was 6 hours from Mexico to Vancouver, but
okay. So I'm gonna tell you this. I fucked up. I did.
No way, Heather. You did not.
Real bad. Really, really bad. We had comfort seats on the way there and on the way back. 3 extra inches.
Oh, Delta.
Yeah.
Comfort Plus? Oh,
yes.
I like Comfort Plus and Delta. They're great.
So hold on. So I knew because I already had my email confirmations, things like that. Okay, we were set to go out at 6 o'clock. So we get there at 3, something like that.
I don't know.
We get there, we get out of the car, and Dwight goes, "Why do our tickets say 12?"
Uh-oh.
I was like, "You're fucking lying right now. Like, you're lying. I didn't know they could change your times on your planes."
Mm-hmm.
So we get in. There's nothing they can do. They can get us out the next day. But we would not get Comfort Plus. We would be in the far back of the plane.
Hold on.
Oh, nice. Back in the sardine can.
$1,000 per person.
Yeah. But I ended up calling them afterwards, all that other stuff, and we got it taken care of. Not a problem.
Yeah, they did accommodate.
But let me tell you something. If you have the opportunity to get those extra 3 inches, you better take it and don't mess up because.
Oh, Heather, I already experienced that. You're right. I highly recommend that at Comfort Plus. Yes.
9 hours. 9 hours.
Yeah.
Literally the last fucking rows.
Yeah.
Okay? Not ideal. We were like,
Yeah.
So it was really a good thing that the dogs weren't able to go, because I don't know
There's
how
no
the
room.
hell they would have
There
fit.
was
So it's
no.
it kind of looks like how you are now, like comfy and cozy, you know. Yeah.
This is actually, we have more room here,
Yeah.
you know. More room here.
Hi, babe, love you. Our feet
Yeah.
were like curled up in, and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. It was so horrible, but we got there. Now coming back, we had our Comfort Plus, not a problem. Oh, that extra 3 spaces, man! I felt like I was like, woo!
Nice and cushy leather. Yeah.
Damn, we're good.
I can get my Gucci on.
right.
Yeah.
So let's just say I will not mess it up again, and I will make sure they don't change my flights. I mean, because I even have the original email that
Paul
says 6:30.
wants to drive on the Autobahn.
See that? I don't want to say what mine are, but I'm going to have to say because the Autobahn is one of them.
Yeah.
Comfort Plus. I'm now going to fly Delta from now on because I'm already starting to accumulate points with Delta now, and I already used some of my points for Comfort Plus. That's how I upgraded. And as soon as I experience Comfort Plus, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, I must say, though, when I flew from LAX to Albuquerque on that last leg in Comfort Plus, I did have a captain of a plane that was coming back to Albuquerque on his time off, and he slept the whole time, and it was like he owned the whole friggin' seat, you know, with elbows out, you know what I mean? Like, but it is what it is.
So, it was very nice going to Comfort Plus. But I will say the trip back, there was so much turbulence. So much.
Oh, you don't have no control over turbulence, Heather.
No, I know that. I do know. But we ended up, when we go a little bit higher, and we had to go off course a bit.
Yeah.
To go as around it as possible. But it was just, oh my God.
Do you know what plane you were on? Do you know what kind?
Was
it a triple or was it a 787, A350?
The 787 was going to Georgia and back. I do remember that. But we were on an Airbus or something like that.
A350? Oh no, you probably had one of those long haul short body planes. A3.
It had 3 rows. It was
3 and 3.
No, it was 3, 4, 3.
Oh, okay. So that could have been a 777. No, you're saying Airbus? It was an Airbus?
Yeah.
Airbus could be an A350.
It was big.
That's a long haul flight because you're crossing the Atlantic Ocean, so you need a long haul.
There was like 2 aisles, like to go on either side.
Yeah, that's could be anything. Could be a 777, could be a 787, could be an A350, an A340, Airbus A340s. I don't know if they're still in existence. Then there's the 747. Yeah, it could have been anything.
A350 does sound familiar.
I think it was an A350.
Because an A350 is the most modernized long-bodied or wide-bodied planes that are long haul. So if it's an A350, that's a well sought-after plane that people will like to fly on.
I will say it was nice. It was nice. But yeah, so like going to Georgia, because we were supposed to go to New York, but because I screwed up, we ended up going to Georgia, which again, we took whatever they gave us because at that point we were just trying to get there.
Get there, yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up going to Georgia. We had like very minimal layover. We thought we would have more time, but because we got a beer before we get on, and then we had a beer in Georgia to get before we won the next one. And that one we had to pretty much chug down because they were already boarding by the time we got over to the place. Because we had to take trams to get to the next spot. Yeah. So we were supposed to take an hour and a half to get from Florida to Georgia. It took us 45 minutes.
Wow.
So we were up and then down. But then, like, obviously, the whole 9-hour trip there, it was very long.
I have a question for you. Now, when you guys board the plane, do you go with normal boarding?
Yes. Well, obviously, coming back, we had the Comfort Plus, so we were able to board early. But
Besides that,
priority for Casey, no, I did not know how that worked.
I can tell you right now how that works, and I'm going to be doing it from now on.
You did get on first.
Okay, so have you heard where they say anybody needs extra time?
Yes.
So in Casey's case, he needs extra time.
Okay, because that probably would have been a lot easier because he's flown with his grandmother, but they've always been, well, they've got more money, so kind of whatever. But so it was definitely something new for us because we've never flown with Casey before. He was very overwhelmed in certain areas. He was just like, I just need my seat. I need my seat. I got to sit down. And Casey, we know we're trying, but we're in the far back of the plane, or we're trying to get all the suitcases up. Like, just give us an extra minute, Casey. Like, we're trying, you know. Once he sat and once he was able to collect himself, he was fine. It was whatever.
Oh, so you messed up.
I know it's a very rare thing that happens, being as I'm so perfect.
Extremely rare.
But because I am human, there are one in very, very rare chances. It's like catching a legendary Pokemon. It's so rare that it happens.
It's myth. It's a myth, Heather.
I do have to announce it because, I mean,
it's on video now.
Just so you know that even when there's someone who's so perfect, that I do have flaws every once in a blue moon. Okay.
But Heather, you should look into hidden disability lanyards. I shared the links out before.
That's not bad. For only like $3, you can do that one.
What?
There's I have ADHD and autism one.
Yeah. So I'm actually got one myself, Heather. Mine's chronic pain, ADHD, borderline personality disorder, and plus a couple other medical ones that I have all in one. But really, it's nothing special. It's not giving me extra special privileges. What it's doing is so with somebody that's disabled, the most common image that you can see for somebody that's disabled is somebody in a wheelchair. So obviously, you see a guy in a wheelchair, yes, they're disabled. But with people with hidden disabilities, nobody has that symbol that says, hey, this is this, or this is this. Well, now this sunflower, which is being used as the international symbol for hidden disabilities, is that person in a wheelchair for people like us.
Yeah.
Right? So now, when I went through Houston to Miami in October, I actually used that. Because they said, I went up to the counter and I said, I asked them about, hey, have you heard of this hidden disabilities thing? She said, no. And I explained to them, and they said, oh, yeah, you can qualify to go in there and stuff like that. And so what it's doing for me is, yes, I knew I qualified, but I never did it because I didn't want people thinking, hey, I just paid for priority boarding here. This guy's walking on, he can walk on. He's not disabled. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now this gives me that mental, confidence, knowing the fact that, hey, you know what? I got this placard that says I'm disabled. I am getting on for a reason.
This is my wheelchair.
That's right. And Ananda actually also makes these friendship bracelets, and she made me one with the same kind of the sunflower and green, and that's what I'm going to be used from now on from that I travel. And I also qualified to get on those golf carts. You know what I mean? Like the golf carts from gate to gate. Because, again, I had to get from one gate to 10 gates far down the other, and I had a short layover. And by the time I was going to get there, I would have been dead. like from the speed I had to get from gate to gate. So I just went over and they said, yeah, hey, if you ever need it, just call ahead of time and ask for to get the golf cart here and they'll bring you to the gate. It's like, oh. But again, the problem is I've always felt guilty for using it because I never had nothing that said, hey, I'm disabled. I'm not in a wheelchair or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, and like I think that's really good because Casey, he used to have a bracelet. Now Casey doesn't keep things on his wrist very well. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
usually on the cruises he has to have them on his ankle. Even the last
okay. All right.
he has to have it on his ankle because he picks at them and he can't it's a sensitive thing. And for a while, some cruise lines, we were having problems with them understanding this. So I was like, look, you can either attach it to his lanyard and hope that it's, he's got his lanyard on him at a time of emergency. You could put it on his ankle, or we can escalate this, and I can guarantee you, your captain will be more than happy with the security of him having it on his ankle versus not having it at all. So, but once they kind of got, I think it became a thing. So it's like, now it's like, okay, he's got to have it on his ankle. Okay, cool. They'll put it on his ankle. Not a problem. Or they'll give it to one of us to put it on his ankle. After this year, he won't have to, right? He'll be 13.
Yeah, as soon as he turns 13.
But I think here's where I think I will still probably do is I would probably still get him one and have it on his lanyard because he's been really good about his lanyard. But in an emergency, I don't think his comprehension will be there enough to formulate what needs to happen
at airports. This is mainly for flying, Heather, and they're not in all airports, but I'm knowing they're in a lot of major airports. And all you do is go up to information at the airports and ask for a hidden disabilities lanyard. They're free. Like Rob's got a couple. I actually got one from Vancouver YVR. It even has YVR on it. But you have to pay for the placard that says what your disabilities are and stuff like that. And all it's doing is like the staff can recognize, hey, there's the yellow sunflower. Hey, we need to treat KC differently than most kids, right? Do you know what I mean? It's not an extra privilege to get on free or whatever. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like I said, it's like now people with hidden disabilities.
Correct. It's the visual sign for something that's not visually seen.
Now I don't have to feel guilty for going on the plane early, because I needed extra time to get to my seat instead of having 1,200 people waiting for me to get my friggin' bag up in here, and now I'm having a panic attack because I got 1,200 people waiting for me.
Here's what happened, Larry. So we were getting on the plane. Was it from Paris?
Oh my God!
Or was it from
the security?
No. Yeah. From Paris, or anyways, we're getting on the plane. I think it was from Paris to Atlanta, and I was putting all of our suitcases up in the in the overhead because that's what we had. We had nothing but carry-on luggage because we didn't want to deal with anything that had to be checked. So there was this very impatient guy, and he,
mind you, we are behind other people too.
We also had people behind us or in front of us, and he was behind us, and he goes, "I'm trying to get down the aisle. Can you move out the way?" I look at him. I said, "Yeah, as soon as I get these suitcases up in the."
That's right.
By the time he says something, I've already said something twice, and then after he says something to Dwight, the third time he tries, I just need to get over there. I need to get down there and put my suitcase. I'm like, yeah, you and everybody else on this plane, you're gonna have to wait.
Yep.
And
so
I turned around.
So anybody with disabilities has priority boarding over the priority boarding people that pay. That's the way it's always been. People in wheelchairs or families with children, they just don't say all that other stuff who does qualify. So when they're doing like families with children or those that need a little extra time to get on, and that's in those situations, Dwight, where you guys should be getting on there and getting on before everything, right?
Well,
now we know, and we will.
I'm definitely going to get one of those lanyards.
But I will tell you that guy really kind of ticked me off. I was like, Yeah, as soon as I get all these luggage up out of the way and I sit down, you can more than happy to go around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't going to move for him. F him.
Heather, I will send you a link. I'm actually going to get going here because my dinner just
we've been
came
on
in.
almost
But
3
I will
hours.
send you the link. I will send you guys the link to this place that they sell lanyards and everything. It's like cheap and everything. If your home airport doesn't have one, go to this website, order it, and you can get your own picture in it. Everything. You'll see. Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
We'll
Larry,
talk some
thanks
more.
for joining us. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. And we'll
Enjoy
catch
your
you.
spaghetti.
Yeah. Probably cold then.
No, it just got here, so it's warm.
All right, Larry. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys.
Okay. We have been on forever.
I didn't realize we were already on for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Good night, Darian.
Good night. Thank you.
All right. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get all of our latest and greatest uploads and live shows. Give us a big thumbs up for the video. Darian, you rock, buddy.
And I'm definitely going to watch this. And like I said, I have more than 3 because it's just looking at the pictures. I totally understand why you're obsessed. Just looking at these pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I want to go there.
If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at UsandMoreYT. You can also join us on our Facebook group page, facebook.com/groups/UsandMoreYT. And I guess that's going to be it.
Wow. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think this is one of our longest ones.
It's been a while since we've done over 2 hours.
I totally enjoyed it, though. Thank y'all for being there.
Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Larry, perfect. Okay. All right, guys. This is Us and More. We're living life to the fullest. Bye, guys. Hold on. To someone who commented just a little bit ago, I am perfect. Just one rare occasion.